Hello everyone, my name is Wayne.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are your Bourbon Journey. Last week we did a review on a bottle of the Old Granddad 7. And that was based on a trip that I took over the money-saving bridge to Henderson, Kentucky to check out Beverage Barn. Well, on the same trip, after I'd picked up a bottle of Wild Turkey 8, and I picked up the Old Granddad 7, which I had not seen before, I'm getting ready to walk out, and they had this table up front where they have special releases and higher end stuff.
More allocated things.
And I saw this little guy, and
he's a widow bee, baby.
He's a little $3.75. Now, normally I'm not an Old Forester fan, but it really intrigued me from a standpoint of reviewing it, and also the fact that it was rye. And so I decided to go ahead and make a purchase. And we're going to go ahead and taste it and review it. Rebecca, give us the specs on this, because I don't think this has been out very long.
Yeah, I'd love to share. So sit tight and we'll see what it's all about. So this is the Old Forester, part of the 117 series. This marks their first bottle and bonded rye whiskey that's been handcrafted by Old Forester. So they've never done a bottle and bond rye before. This is a small batch of rye whiskey that reflects a unique flavor of an unusually cool and wet spring in 2015. So while it's not age stated, it is 10 years old. This marks the latest expression of the 117 series, which first launched in 2021. So this is called Old Forester 117 series Bottled and Bond Rye. It is a Kentucky straight whiskey. The company is Brown-Forman. The distillery is Old Forester Distillery. Its mash bill is 65% rye, 20% malted barley, and 15% corn. Again, it was distilled in the spring of 2015, making it a 10-year-old bottled and bond, and bottled and bonds must be at least 4 years old. The proof, naturally, is 100 proof to match the bottled and bond rules. The MSRP is $64.99. It was released in March of 2025, and as we've noted, it is a 375 milliliter bottle. Wayne purchased this bottle on June 27th for $74.99, so about $10 over MSRP at the Beverage Barn in Henderson, Kentucky. So it's pretty interesting. As I was reading, they have that recipe, particularly is what they use for their ryes, including their basic Old Forester rye. Mm-hmm. And they put it in one President's release one time.
Okay.
But they've never done a bottled and bond rye, and they've certainly never done a warehouse series rye. It's going to take us on this journey of rye, malted barley, then corn. So I'm curious to see how that plays out. And the fact that it's 10 years old, that is a really old bottled and bond.
So let's give it a gander. And
it's not super dark, but again, it's been proofed to 100.
Now, when you initially poured this before we got going, I actually had some legs that had formed on it.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a little bit going.
Oh yeah, it's got some legs that are pretty nice. It's got some good viscosity. You can tell that. It's got a little necklace on here that's turning into a beautiful, it just looks like a globe.
And the color might be like a medium amber?
Yeah, probably medium. Again, a bottle and bond typically is proofed down to 100 proof, so adding that water, even though it's 10 years old, is going to take away some of that barrel color.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's check out the nose.
Well, there's rye in there. That's ryegrass. Ryan, go ahead.
I was just saying, I'm getting some citrus. I haven't ID'd the citrus yet, but there's some citrus notes.
I'm actually getting caramel.
For me, it's this light herbal, herbal spiciness, very fresh. Fresh is what comes to mind when smelling this, because also that citrus note is like a pop, and it's really lovely. I really enjoy a rye that has like an orange or a lemon citrus note. I think it helps me, for my palate, to balance the rye notes, and this has some citrus. That's one of the things I love about Green River's rye. It has so much orange in it.
Yeah, I can pick up the orange. The nose is interesting.
The nose is lovely.
It makes me definitely curious to taste it. And granted, if it was like this thing sucks, we would go ahead and still drink it. But Yeah, I'm really curious how this is going to
wow,
play.
this nose is complex. It just keeps evolving for me.
It's pretty
And
nice.
I know this isn't something you would like, and it's not what you normally get on Old Forester, but I'm getting a hint of licorice.
Well, the two things I'm crazy about, licorice and banana.
It's interesting. It's not dominant. It's like, so the note for me is like this herbalness. Then the next thing that's strong is, you're laughing at me, is this strong orange pop come through, this citrus note. Followed by way down here, then it's like a dark cherry hiding in the background that might be sitting on a bed of licorice. He's not really saying we have any licorice, but it's the cherry sitting on some.
Well, the cherry and the licorice that she has is hiding better than John Wilkes Booth did when he shot Lincoln.
I'm ready to taste.
Okay, I am too. I'm really, really curious. Cheers to you. Cheers to Old Forester. Let's see if I find the banana. Cheers.
Cheers. I think this is our first Old Forester Rye too. We don't have their Old Forester Rye.
Well, I get banana.
Do you really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
I get banana. I get banana. I get the rye spice heat.
I'm not getting banana. I'm getting floral notes.
Mm-hmm.
This is matching, for me, it's matching the nose I had.
I'm getting citrus.
Is it orange?
Yes.
Yeah, it's orange citrus for me.
And I am getting a reminder, but not in a bad way for me. It's almost like Brown Foreman called Jack Daniels and said, can you throw some stuff over here in this bottle? Because I'm getting sort of those similar type notes, but this fits my palate much more.
Yeah, I mean, we're not massive rye drinkers. Okay, so if you did never watched this before, you probably, there are some ryes that we just really gravitate towards. We love ryes. Would never be a daily drinker for us, but there are some we really, really covet, right? And this is a really good rye. This is a rye that I could kind of get into because I'm loving the balance of herbal notes and the citrus, and I am getting some really dark cherry on almost toward the back of my palate. And there's this and it's super slight. It's almost the licorice note I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like when you, and again, I'm due to making cocktails, when I did an absinthe wash in a glass and then made a cocktail in that glass in a Sazerac, you don't get a heavy absinthe or a heavy licorice with that. You just get wow, there's something there that kind of reminds me. That's what this is reminding me of from the licorice perspective. It's almost like a hint of absinthe.
Well,
I'm liking it. It's a little bitty bottle. We can't hit this hard. So.
rye spice, banana. It's funny, I get banana.
Every palate's different.
I don't think it's a power of suggestion because the last time that we had like a Jack Daniels, I didn't get banana on it. And I think the last time we had an Old Forester, I actually did. We got Bananas Foster, which surprised me.
That was a single barrel, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, single barrel's a little different, I think.
Yes. This is the tough thing for myself is this is a bottle that is intriguing enough for me to want to go into several times to try to figure it out.
And then it'll be gone.
But the problem is it's so small. So it's one for me that I would be reduced to the few times we would do something with it and try to figure it.
Now, I'm sitting here I didn't take another six. I'm trying to see what the finish is doing. I'm not getting a super descriptive finish. I'm getting a light warmth on the finish. I am getting a little bit of char note from the aging process, I think, and a little hint of black pepper on the finish. but I'm not getting all these. I had so many of the notes on the nose and the palate. The finish is a little more straight line for me. It's warm, it's nice, it's pleasant. It's got a little black pepper, and it's got a little bit of barrel note.
I get just a little bit of leather in the back.
Nice.
And then there's a warmth that goes down, and it's very pleasant. This is, if you're a rye fan, you're going to probably absolutely love this. And if you're a rye fan, I would buy a bottle and back it up, because I do think it's that good.
And that would make a full bottle.
That would make a full bottle at $160 then.
But
I would just be content, not being a big rye fan, to just have this one bottle and wait for another period of time and open it back up and take a little bit and think about it.
And maybe compare it with another rye that we really enjoy. That would be we'd like to do that sometimes, because we can probably count on one hand ryes that we really, really love, and others that we think are okay, and we like them okay. If they were served us at a friend's house, we'd be fine. Or they're great in a cocktail. But, ryes that we just want to sit down and have a neat pour with is probably fewer than a half a dozen. But this is really interesting, and I'd probably want to put it in that category. I'd want to try it with some other ryes sometime. But I like the complexity. I like where it takes me on kind of a journey with the herbal notes. It's not minty. There's no mint in it. There's not that. The herbal notes are more grassy, spicy kind of thing. And then like the really strong pops of the orange citrus is probably one of my favorite things about this. And then this underlying, both on the nose and on the palate for me, of this really dark cherry with a hint of dark licorice. And maybe not even black licorice, just like a hint of dark licorice, but it's way down there. The other notes are here, and that's like, it's a secondary player. So it's not like overpowering me in any way, but it just brings a layer of complexity that I'm enjoying.
The rye, it's very natural. It's not like an artificial. It is very herbal. It's rye, but it's herbal. It's flowery. It's natural. It's very
well, and it's not a there's not 100% rye. It's not a 95.5 rye. Those are the two most common mash bills, or 100 or 95.5. It's 63% rye, and I think that extra malting is a really interesting component. The corn comes in third on the percentages. I think that also plays well, and then you add the 10-year-old time in the barrel.
Yeah.
And I think those things together are making a really fascinating pour for me.
I would probably not buy another bottle of this because neither one of us are really big rye fans, but I do think this is worthy to have on the shelf.
I agree.
And it is a rare pour. You would pour this for somebody that really likes rye a lot.
Or really likes something unusual.
Yes.
Because this is an unusual pour. I think the notes that I'm talking about are definitely not in every rye you get, but I'm really glad that Wayne found it and went ahead and pulled the trigger and got it, because I think like he said, I think it's great to have on the shelf, and we'll visit it now and then gingerly because it's not a very big bottle. It's kind of like we are with our cathedral bottle. We want to taste it now and then, but we can't have very much because it's 375 milliliters. But there are some bottles like that. You just have to visit very cautiously.
I would be curious if you're out there and you've watched this, if there are any rye drinkers, if you've had this, and I'd like to hear what you have to say about it, because I think it's interesting. I think it's worthy of a buy. So with that, cheers, Old Forester. This is a hit. Really appreciate it. You snuck a banana in on me again. I didn't slip on it this time.
I didn't see it.
I found it, but it's not a predominant. But anyway, cheers to you out there. If you like what we do, hit the subscribe button. Always remember to drink responsibly and have a great day. Cheers.
Cheers.